around. Today I am joined by avid Marvel fan and signature hunter Jumpman, as well as really awesome dude, really amazing guy, and also Marvel fan Spark. Spark, how you doing today, man?
Doing good. Thank you for having me, guys. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Jumpman, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so guys, look, today we're going to be talking about X-Men, the animated series, as well as the new X-Men 97. Jumpman, did you ever watch X-Men the animated series growing up?
I did not watch it growing up, but I recently watched it, so I can get myself ready for X-Men 97.
Oh, awesome, awesome. And then Spark, I know we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but did you watch X-Men the animated series growing up?
Oh,
Awesome, awesome, awesome sauce.
oh.
Super cool, super cool. So, look, X-Men the animated series. Let's kind of talk about that first, if we can. Um, Look, October 31st, 1992, nearly 30 years ago was when the first episode aired. And, the first two episodes were back to back, Night of the Sentinels. And this episode, number one, is very iconic, but, this series in general is very iconic. You have the theme song, which is at this point legendary. At this point, people who haven't even heard of X-Men know about the theme song. You hear what I'm saying, Spark?
Yeah, yeah, it's a good show.
It's a great show, and it did end a little bit too soon. So, Jumpman, what were you expecting, kind of as a Marvel fan? I know you're a fan of the MCU. What were you kind of expecting going in to X-Men the animated series?
Um, I wasn't really sure what to expect, in all honesty, but I definitely enjoyed it. Because I didn't know much about X-Men getting in. Like I am a big Marvel fan, but I never really got into the X-Men at least the X-Men films. But I
Really?
have started watching the X-Men films recently.
Oh, cool, cool.
So, but um so I'm definitely after watching the animated series, I'm a lot more knowledgeable in X-Men now than I was before, I will say.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So yeah, season one, guys, iconic. Season two, really great. Um, so much stuff. And what's interesting about like this era of animation, so Marvel and DC were like going head to head, right? So you had and I think I mean, this is just my opinion. I think DC like came out on top during this era with Batman the animated series, and you had obviously things like Justice League Unlimited, Static Shock, Batman Beyond, Superman. You had so much good like DC stuff, but Marvel had X-Men, right? I mean, X-Men was their
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
that was their pretty big
Well,
show. What were you gonna say?
well, other outside of Spider-Man.
I think X-Men at this time was more popular than Spider-Man the animated series.
Yeah, that's probably true. Especially that X-Men theme is
Oh
very
yeah,
iconic.
I mean, like Spider-Man the animated series was good. Don't get me wrong. Lasted for
Oh yeah.
5 seasons. From 94 to 98. But Marvel was kind of trying to do. They were kind of copying each other with their animated kind of universes. But I think what was so great about X-Men specifically was the fact that it is based around like multiple characters rather than just one. Does that make any sense, Jumpman?
Yeah.
So you're able to like kind of tell more stories and things like that.
Yeah.
So real quick though, because I haven't watched X-Men 97 yet. Um, as far as the original series, Spark, what is your opinion on the animation? How do you kind of feel about how the show is animated?
Oh, the original series animation was ahead of its time, I think. fantastic. The choreography, it's spot on. Hopefully, you guys can see me. It says it's reconnecting, but yeah, I
Oh, you're
liked it.
good.
It's one of those shows where you look forward, you look okay. Thank you. You look forward to it, and it always has really good overarching stories and some like singular stories that are secluded that kind of bring vitality to the mythos, which I really like it. So I remember being in grade school, just humming that tune all day long, and the teacher would
Oh
ask,
yeah,
what
dude.
is that?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, it's
"You don't know X-Men?"
bro, that tune,
So
top 10, top 5 theme songs. Like
No, no, no,
Brandon,
no.
so good, dude. So,
easy, easy.
so Jumpman, having watched X-Men 97, Jumpman, what is your opinion on the animation, the voice acting, the art style of the original X-Men animated series from the 90s?
So basically, by the time I finished all 5 seasons of the original animated series, I X-Men 97 was a little over halfway through. So I was able to just jump straight into X-Men 97 right after finishing the original animated series. And it just blew my mind. It's just like the music, the animation, the storytelling, just amazing.
Awesome. So you think X-Men 97 holds up?
Oh yeah, it definitely honors the original animated series. Like it it stays very faithful to the animated series as if it never left, basically.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
But it just looks a lot cleaner.
A lot cleaner. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, because HD and
Yeah.
technology today.
So let's talk about we're going to talk about X-Men 97 specifically. So okay, so Disney, when did they announce this, Jumpman?
I think they announced it like a year or two ago,
Okay.
or it was a couple of, yeah, probably no more than 2 years ago.
Okay, so let's talk about X-Men 97 real quick. Are there any okay, so it's like from my understanding what you're telling me is people that, are just getting into this or people do you have to watch the original X-Men series or do they like catch you up or what's the process here?
I think you can get away without watching the animated series to
Okay.
watch X-Men 97, but there's definitely a lot more appreciation for X-Men 97 if you watch the animated series.
Okay, cool.
It's
Cool.
one thing is the show immediately does start right where the last episode of the original series left off.
Oh, good.
But even then,
That's cool.
you could still get away with it, I think.
So let's talk about I know that this series has a little bit more like arcs, right? You know what I mean? So how do you feel? Is there more arcs in these 10 episodes, or is it more episodic serial type stuff, anthology type stuff, or is it like there's like big story arcs that they go over?
There is a big story arc, I would say, over the whole 10 episodes. But
cool.
It still feels semi-episodic.
Oh, cool.
And there are a couple of mini arcs, like 2-part episodes, or yeah, because they do an adaptation of Life Death in the comics, where
cool.
Storm has lost her powers and then gets her powers back.
Oh, cool.
So
cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so there's that arc. It's only 2 episodes.
So I'll ask you this, Jumpman. You being kind of fresh into this more so than myself or Spark. What would you say your favorite? What's your favorite season of? We're gonna include X-Men 97. Do you like X-Men 97 better, or do you like season 3 better, or what's your favorite season of X-Men so far?
Oh my god! Shoot. Season 5 of the original series. That's the last season. I thought was pretty solid. Season 3 was really good too.
Season 3 was great. Yeah.
4 Yeah, 4 was the longest season of the series with like
Yep.
21 episodes.
Mhm.
And season 4 was okay, but there are some more filler episodes in that season.
Right.
But they're fun episodes though, because like one of the filler episodes is the Christmas episode, which is kind of upbeat, and the X-Men are celebrating Christmas, and they go to the Morlocks to help them out for Christmas. it's it's
Cool.
it's fun. And then there's like another episode where Jubilee is trapped in a cave with children, and she's telling them a fairy tale story. So we're seeing these X-Men characters reimagined as fairy tale characters.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's filler, but it's fun.
So I guess I'll kind of ask this question, Spark. Has Jumpman convinced you? Are you watching X-Men 97, or do you feel like, hey, let me wait a little bit for season 2, or kind of where do you fall on this whole thing, Spark?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like I really want to see the original show, all of it, not just bits and pieces that I remember. But
Sure.
if I could finish the show and then watch 97, that'd be great. But if I just can't wait anymore, I'll just watch 97.
Okay, now this
So
begs an
I think
interesting question.
just the original show of 97.
This begs an interesting question, John Man. I see that you're wearing a Spider-Man shirt. John Man,
Oh,
how would
yeah.
you feel? How would you feel if they did like Spider-Man 98? Like, how would you feel about like them kind of continuing this revival of their X-Men animated universe?
I want that.
Okay. So
After seeing
Jumpman's on board.
X-Men 97, I want that.
Jumpman's definitely on board.
Oh yeah, there's a lot
I
of
like
fans
it.
online wanting that too.
Yeah, what's crazy is so, and I don't know if you watched these growing up, Jumpman or Spark, but there was also a Hulk series, which was really good, kind of underrated. There was an Iron Man series, which was interesting. There was a Fantastic Four series. Did you ever watch these?
I watched a little bit of Fantastic Four.
Iron Man.
Yeah, Fantastic Four was really
Okay.
good. Hulk was pretty good. Season 2 was ended up being Hulk and She-Hulk or something like that. It was really good.
Oh.
Okay.
I know She-Hulk, a lot of people don't like She-Hulk because of the series, but everything before that series is solid gold. And I actually liked, believe it or not, the She-Hulk series. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but yeah, no, it'd be cool to see like these kind of revival shows, kind of like what they're doing, and just as long as they can maintain quality, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's the hard part. Were you gonna say
I
something?
like the She-Hulk series.
oh yeah, I was also gonna say like I also like how they were able to get as much of the original cast of the original series as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean they did have to recast some of them for one reason or another, like Cyclops. Norm Spencer is the original voice of Cyclops, but he had passed away since the animated series.
Oh wow.
And Ray Chase is the current voice of Cyclops for X-Men 97.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and Ray Chase has done quite a bit of voice acting in video games and anime. I know that.
That's good. That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That-
let's hear. Like, yeah, they got Storm back, they got Wolverine back, the original voices of those. Rogue, they got back, Beast.
So let me ask you this, Jumpman. Would you be cool with DC doing something similar, reviving Batman the animated series, or reviving like Justice League Unlimited or something like that? Or do you feel like it'd be like, no, they're copying Marvel too much or whatever?
I would be interested in seeing DC doing a Justice League revival.
Okay.
I would say, because I did watch Justice League Unlimited. I'm not
Great
as
series.
big on DC as I am Marvel, though. But
course,
I
I
did watch
understand.
Justice League Unlimited.
Batman the animated series, I think a lot of people would say that like that
Well-
show. Oh, what were you gonna say, Jumpman?
Oh, actually, one problem. Well, didn't Kevin?
Oh, that's right.
Conroy
Batman.
voice
Yeah,
Batman?
he passed away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rest
and
in
he
peace.
passed away. So that would be very problematic.
That would be
for
very
DC to
problematic.
do
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, no, they couldn't recast. I think it was a good run. They had a really great run. So that's cool. So yeah, I mean, X-Men the animated series, guys. I mean, it sounds like for those of you who have not seen X-Men the animated series, go check it out. I think everything's on Disney Plus. Is that correct, John Man?
Yeah, the animated series and X-Men '97 are on Disney Plus.
Awesome. So guys, check it out. Spark, closing statements. Do you have any closing statements here?
Yeah, watch 97 and go through the original series. Just back in love with the show. And thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Jumpman, what are your closing thoughts, statements?
There is some other casting that I thought was pretty interesting in X-Men '97. I do want to bring it up.
Oh yeah, please do.
Because the Charles Xavier was recasted for X-Men '97, who is voiced by Ross Marquand right now, and Ross Marquand played Red Skull in Avengers Endgame and Infinity War.
Oh wow!
So he's the voice of Xavier for the X-Men '97.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I thought that was an interesting factoid. Another one is trying to find it. Sorry, I was looking. Oh, there we go. So another one I found was interesting was Leech, the young Morlock from the animated series. Fans would know who Leech is.
Mm-hmm.
He has been recast by being voiced by David Arrigo Jr., who is mostly known as the voice of Ferb in the Phineas and Ferb series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that one was interesting. And now this last one, last factoid I have that's really interesting casting choice is okay, there we are. Rachel, Mother Ascani, Mother Ascani that we see towards the end of the series. She is voiced by Gates McFadden, who Star Trek fans know as Dr. Crusher.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought that was a surprising casting choice.
Interesting.
And Mother Ascani is a big character in the X-Men comics.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. In the comics, she is the daughter of Cyclops and Jean Grey from an alternate timeline.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully, and the show has been renewed for season 2 and 3. So hopefully we'll get to see more of Mother Ascani in season 2.
That might be pretty cool, man. So cool, guys. There you have it. X-Men, the animated series. John Man, was there anything else you wanted to say before we close out?
No, that was it. I just thought that was just some interesting casting choices that in there that came across.
So look, guys, some cross-promotional stuff. Look, if you want to support us, if you want to help us out, if you love the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or wherever you're listening to this. But also check out the Void Strategy on YouTube as well. We go over Warcraft Rumble. We're going to be going over Age of Empires mobile as well once that comes out. And then check out the Void Gaming, where we, so many cool games that we go over. So look, guys, hit us up, thevoid.gg. You can visit us on Discord as well. And we will see you guys in the next episode.